petition filed seeking the immediate arrest of the Kurunegala mayor. Acting IGP called for a report from the Northwestern DIG against a candidate in Puttalam. The Sri Lankan embassy in Jordan issued a statement on the incident where Jordanian security forces used tear gas on a group of Sri Lankan migrant workers. Former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak found guilty of all 7 charges in the first of several multi-million-dollar corruption trials.
Hello there and welcome to Lunchtime News here on Election First. My name is David Paldano. Let's now take a look at one of your headline-making stories. The Embassy of Sri Lanka in Jordan has issued a statement on the incident that took place yesterday in Karak, Jordan, where Jordanian security forces used tear gas on a group of Sri Lankan migrant workers stranded in the Middle East due to unemployment.
The statement notes the labour staff of the Embassy of Sri Lanka who visited the Camel and Vega factory in Karak to look into the welfare of Sri Lankan migrant workers yesterday morning were held hostage for over 5 hours by a section of the unemployed migrant workers, demanding they be immediately repatriated to Sri Lanka. The statement goes on to note the Jordanian police were called in to defuse the situation at the factory and for the embassy officials to be released. According to the statement, the embassy officials had distributed 375 packs of dry rations and sanitary items at the same factory on the 22nd of July. Yesterday, Jordanian security forces used tear gas on a group of Sri Lankan migrant workers stranded in the Middle East due to unemployment following the COVID-19 pandemic that badly affected the Jordan economy. Reports from Jordan suggest a tense situation arose after talks between the Sri Lankan embassy officials and the Sri Lankan migrant workers to solve the existing issues failed yesterday.
The acting IGP has called for a report from the Northwestern DIG on the incident where a candidate and a group of supporters were riding motorcycles without helmets in Puttalam.
Police media spokesperson SSP Jalya Senaratha said that the report was called after inquiring as to whether the police officers had enforced the law at that time or not. Photographs and videos of the candidate and a group of supporters riding motorcycles without helmets while the police officers were present was posted on social media.
Kurunegala District National People's Power leader Namal Karnaratne has filed a petition seeking the immediate arrest of the mayor of Kurunegala for the demolition of a building with archaeological value. Meanwhile, here are a few views expressed in the political arena leading up to the general election.
2020.
During this 8 months, through prices of goods, fertilizer and jobs, this government tricked thousands of young people. They filed forms for jobs for those who didn't even have the A-level or the O-level qualification. They gave letters to 50,000 degree holders. The people are ready to send you home.
Even though they joined the culprits of the pawn scam, LTTE sympathizers, suspects related to the April 21st attacks, Mahinda Rajapaksa will become the next Prime Minister. I would like to say that the Portua will be able to establish a 2/3 majority in the next parliament.
Drugs can be imported through this vote. Ethanol can be imported. Mahapula fund of the country can be sold. This election will decide whether lives will be lost or saved. I saw someone crying in front of the microphone. It's shameful. Some people were hooted at by a crowd in Akurana.
We saw people fighting with each other. We propose a challenge. Keep 3 Portua candidates together in line on a stage. They fight with each other. The members of the Portua are trying to cast away the candidates of the SLFP.
They don't have an idea on how to obtain a government or on how to get 50 to 60 seats. We know very well that Sajith Premadasa is someone who engages in politics very well with others and the people.
ජනතා නියෝජිතයින්ට කිසිම ගැටලුවක් නැතුව ජනතාව මේ වතාව තිතාම හොඳින් සලකන බව අපි දන්නවා.
It's been almost a year since this country has had a new president. No one was able to put an end to the pressure this government has put on the people. The people don't have to wait until the government continues these policies. We would like to say to the people that they have a good opportunity to send this corrupt government home.
ජනතාව ගැන හිතන්නේ නැති ආණ්ඩුව ගෙදර යවන්න හොඳ අවස්ථාවක් කියලා අපි මේ රටේ ජනතාවට කියනවා.
මේ රටේ
There are two laws in this country. One law is the one that applies to the Rajapaksas, so the law doesn't apply properly. The other type of law is the one that applies to normal people and the opposition. If something happens to the opposition or to a normal citizen, they will be presented to courts and will be remanded. What are you expecting after the elections? Take a proper decision.
අපෘත් වෙන්නේ. පැහැදිලි තීන්දුවක් ගන්න.
Today the UNP is divided. The popularity they had in the village has vanished. The leader of the party, Ranil Wickremesinghe, is on one side and the deputy leader is on another side. The leader and the deputy leader are blaming each other. They are fighting with each other. The opposition won't let this country get developed. A government with a two-third majority will be formed.
මේ රටේ හැදෙන්නේ තුනෙන් දෙකේ බලය තියෙන ප්‍රබල ආණ්ඩුවක් හැදෙනවා.
2020.
In all my life, I've been campaigning for a Sri Lankan nationality, which is an inclusive one. We campaign on the platform of inclusive nationalism.
Is it a minority want, or is it what we want as a nation?
Yeah, why do you want to tell minority? We want to take off that word.
That's what I'm saying.
This majoritarian sort of way of manipulating votes is what has got us to this position.
Repeat telecast of Face the Nation tomorrow at 10 p.m. on Election First.
Leaders of political parties attended a few public rallies held.
A rally to ensure the victory of the Sri Lanka Podujana Perumuna was held in Mawatagama under the auspices of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa.
We are developing the country economically. We had to face a period where the country went south and the nation was bankrupt. Don't waste your valuable vote. You must go to the polling station early in the morning, because these days it's hard to say what will happen at the polling stations in the evening.
A rally attended by the leader of the Samagijana Balabege was held in Maharagama.
We will create wealth in society. We will make the constitution stronger, and we will also take measures to make the middle class wealthier. We will take the rural and urban poor people out of poverty. Through that new economic policy, we will take measures to reduce the prices of goods. We will provide jobs for younger generations based on skills and competencies. I would like to say that the Samagijana Balabege will create an independent, united country with national security, where we give priority to Buddhism while ensuring the rights of all the minorities.
දුරකථනයක් සමගිජන බලවේගයක් කටයුතු කරනවා කියන එක මම මේ අවස්ථාවේ කියන්නට කැමතියි.
A public meeting was held in Colombo under the patronage of leader of the United National Party, Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The economy has completely gone down. It is difficult to live under the Pohottua. Can there be an income if someone owns a three-wheeler? Can a good income be earned by running a van or by owning shops? They let the economy fall for 6 months. The Pohottua government didn't take any action. Not one concession was given. People are suffering. The government is bankrupt, and they are asking us to be bankrupt as well. We have an opportunity to give the government to the UNP.
A public rally was held in Maharagama yesterday with the participation of the leader of the National People's Power, Anuda Kumara Dissanayaka.
Various types of leaders have been brought forward. But what has happened now? Have the authorities done justice to the people? We will give life to a new economy that will create income for the younger generations. This country can be saved by creating a human resource with knowledge. A country with a collapsed economy cannot be saved. Some people think that when our leader kisses the ground, the homeland will be protected.
A close associate of underworld gang leader Markandure Madush was arrested in Kesalwatta, Colombo.
Police said the suspect was arrested along with 2.35 grams of heroin in his possession during a raid conducted down Mirania Street in Kesalwatta. According to the police, the suspect, who is a resident of Kesalwatta, is an underworld gang member. Police said based on further investigations, it was revealed that the suspect was an individual who attended the party in Dubai organized by the Markandure Madush shortly before his arrest.
3 people died following a motor accident in Gelioya along the Peradeniya-Gampula road.
A married couple from the Vellamboda and a 54-year-old from Gelioya were killed in the accident. Police said a pedestrian who was knocked down by a motorcycle which was heading towards the Gelioya was then run over by a 3-wheeler heading in the opposite direction. The 3-wheeler had then gone on to collide into a parked vehicle. Police said the motorcyclist, pedestrian and 2 passengers who were travelling in the 3-wheeler were admitted to the hospital with severe injuries. The 2 3-wheeler passengers and pedestrian had succumbed to their injuries upon admission. The driver of the 3-wheeler has been arrested by the Peradeniya police in connection to the accident.
The total number of COVID-19 cases in the island has increased to 2,805.
23 COVID-19 patients were discovered yesterday. Among them, 17 detainees at the Senapura Rehabilitation Centre, 5 from Qatar who are being quarantined and 1 from Saudi Arabia. 673 people are currently receiving treatment in hospitals. The total number of recovered COVID-19 patients in the country is 2,121. Meanwhile, it is reported that areas in Rajangana where traffic was restricted due to corona infections have been reopened.
Residents of Kaduvata Polanarwa are facing difficulties due to encroachment of wild elephants.
This is the Aralaganvilla Kajuata village. The main mode of income of this rural village with 700 families is agriculture. It has been reported that wild elephants frequently encroach into the village. This is how the cultivation of coconut, banana and jackfruit are destroyed by wild elephants. Residents point out that wild elephants roam from the Maduroya, Pimburuwata and Gaskamu reserve. This wild elephant, which is in the habitat of frequenting the village, lives in 22-acre forest area in the middle of the village, threatening the lives of these people. Our correspondent said that due to the failure of the elephant fence around the village, wild elephants roam not only at night but also during the day.
So the Lakshapan estate is where this incident happened, where this rare black leopard got caught in a snare and it died. So why we are going to Lakshapan is to understand, first of all, how it happened and most importantly, why it happened.
Snares are now a threat for leopards that we will really need to seriously consider.
It's obviously it's a nasty death. It can be a very nasty death because it can take a long time.
So we have limited stock and we can't attend everywhere.
Well, that is a wrap of lunchtime news here on Election First. For more news, log on to our award-winning website www.newsfirst.lk. For the Newsfirst team, I'm David Paldana. Take care.